In previous tutorials, we've looked at the role of schools and students and how they would use the Wellbees website. Now we're going to look specifically at the role of the service provider. So firstly, how does a service provider upload information that students are going to see? Well, they go to the service submission button at the bottom of the website, and that will bring them up a page that allows them to submit new stories for students. There are terms and conditions that service providers would have to satisfy to upload stories. Here we would have the name of the service. That might be a local authority, it might be a fire service, police service, a national charity or a local charity, and where it was agreed that they could upload information. We would want the name of the individual submitting the story, their email address, their telephone number, a purchase order number. All that allows us to vet stories and to clarify any information that providers are uploading to the site. So from there, service providers decide who they want to share that information with. So if the service provider is Barnsley Council, they would click Barnsley Council. Equally, it could be any of the other local authorities. It could be York Council or Calderdale, Doncaster. But also it could be a fire service, a police service, or a large national charity, or even a national service provider such as Change for Life, who want to upload information for students across the whole of Yorkshire. So if you were a fire service and you were in South Yorkshire and you wanted to communicate your message with all the students in South Yorkshire, you would click All South Yorkshire. But equally, you may have an identified inequality in Rotherham that you want to tackle. So you only want to share your information with the students in Rotherham. So you would just identify Rotherham as being the area that you want to share your information with. We would want to know the date that the article was to appear, the title of the article, and then the main body of the text. Within that, service providers must provide a link back to their own website and a specific page, if necessary, where further information on the subject that they're covering in their blog can be found. They will also provide tag words that are appropriate to this particular blog, and that allows students to go back historically and visit those sites, those messages that have been uploaded to the site previously. We would want a feature image, and we would prefer that this is not a logo. What we feel is that the message is much more important than the service that delivers the message. So the first thing that students see shouldn't be a logo, it should be an appropriate image that matches the story that's being uploaded. There is no reason why service providers can't add their logo, and we give them the opportunity there with additional images so we can embed those in the main body of the story. They accept the terms and conditions, and then they send their story to us, and we will vet that story. As we've said, the message is much more important than the service that's presenting the message. What we want to do is create a positive view of all those providers providing information on health and well-being. There may be large national charities like Change for Life, Break, road safety charities. As I say, there are numerous organisations who deliver information to schools, but they all deliver it separately. The aim of the Wellbees website is that students have a one-stop spot to go back to collect that information. We see that this site will deliver positive images of the services that are being represented, and almost create a generation of mini-me's. If you are responsible for giving well-being information, are you more likely to take that message on board because you've become responsible for that information? Service providers will have their logos on the site, and they will be here at the bottom. This doesn't mean that the service isn't important. It means that the message that they're giving is as important, if not more important, than the service name itself. One of the other things that we've looked at is, and people question, is the idea of using cartoon characters on what could be deemed as a serious information site? Well, the answer to that is absolutely yes. Our research tells us that students are much more likely to visit a site that has childlike cartoon imagery. Yes, they feel in touch with their adult selves, but no, this does not mean that they want more adult designs. Our concept works towards engaging the adult who wants to be more responsible and the child who loves cartoon imagery. And within all children, they see both an adult and a child within themselves. And our concept is designed using the feedback from students. We've taken on board their comments, their views, and developed this product around those comments and views. We hope this has given you an overview of a new vision for public health education for Key Stage 2 and their ability to share information across their wider school community. Thank you.